be strong in this time, son. I'm a survivor. I will survive, I will survive. And I'm a firm believer. Will forever shine just to stay alive. That simple means say nobody can hold me, you man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can tell me you're sick. I will let alone negativity. Nobody can hold me, you man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can, nobody can. Everybody show me some strength. No weakness, show me a lion power. Strength, no weakness, show them who we are. Strength, no weakness, show me a lion power. Everybody strength, no weakness, show them who we are. And when you roll, your enemies they must tremble. Your enemies they must tremble. Yo, and when you roll, everything has to humble. Everything has to humble. I'm a go-getter. I does go hard, I does go hard. And I'm a kind of fella. Put my trust in God, put my trust in God. That simple means say nobody can hold me, you man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can tell me you're sick. I will let alone negativity. Nobody can hold me, you man. Nobody can.
All night, hey, 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 all night, we doing it. All night, hey, 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 all night, we doing it. All night, I 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 doing it. I'm getting on bad, and this whole night I'm doing it. Making a bacchanal, and this whole night I'm doing it. I'm behaving rude, and this whole night I'm doing it. Enough of thing mood, and this whole night I drink till I drunk. So what? So what? If I drink and drunk, whining on a hump. So what? So what? If I whine on a hump, I don't have.
In this time, son. You gotta be strong in this time, son. I'm a survivor.
Riders, welcome. How you guys doing? Welcome to the ride, welcome to Monday on the ride. Yeah, how you doing everybody? Welcome.
Nobody can drain my energy.
Yeah man.
Sick. I will let alone negativity. Nobody can hold me, you man. Nobody can.
Listen guys, listen. Monday is really seriously becoming my favorite day, right? Because I tell you something. Yesterday, I sat there and I'd be like, damn, it's like a whole 48 hours I didn't see you guys. And I was actually anticipating coming here and meeting you guys today. So, it's official. Monday, my favorite day. Yeah. Monday it is. We're riding today, guys. It's a very, very serious situation today. So we want everybody to share the thing. Movement Monday, yeah. Share the thing, invite someone. Linda Bob, how you doing? Thank you so much. Here's what I want everybody to do right now for me, guys. I want everybody to share the program and put it on a page and invite a friend. Let me do the same thing as well. Invite a friend, because today we are going to be speaking with Miss Elaine Batiste, right? Miss Elaine Batiste is the mother of the young man who was recently found allegedly who hung himself in a jail cell, right? It's sad because I always say I can't imagine, a parent having to bury, a mother for that matter, having to bury their child. And this is Miss Batiste's reality. And it's not just the reality of death, it's the reality of uncertainty of death, right? So she had to combat these two things. And I feel it for the family. So we really wanted to express first and foremost our sincere condolences to the family of the passing of this young man who tragically lost his life in the custody of police in Grenada. Um, I know there have been a lot of different reports as to what could have possibly happened. The police, of course, have their side and they have their own investigation going on. The family themselves also have their side and their expectation and reality that they know. But one thing that we all are certain of, right? Um, this young man, he's gone, and nothing we could do or say would bring him back. All that I ask for right now is justice, whatever justice look like for the family. That's all that I ask for right now. So Miss Batiste is here to chat with us. Miss Batiste is here to chat with us. Um, and I just had a little reflection there after I started to speak to Miss Batiste because she reminded me a lot of my mom. Yeah. And someone that I knew from Grenada as well, Miss Batiste and the family. All right, so this is kind of personal to me as well. All right, guys, let me give you a summary as to where the case is at right now before we bring in Miss Batiste to tell her story about her son. This is what was reported recently by MTV Grenada.
Of Police Edwin Martin is reassuring the public and the family of Ravi Batiste that a thorough investigation will be launched into the death and if needs be, the necessary action will be taken. The announcement was made earlier today during a special press conference facilitated by the Royal Grenada Police Force.
On Wednesday afternoon, we also had the very sad and unfortunate news of the death of Chevy Batiste, who was in police custody at the material time. I want to take the opportunity here to reassure the public that the RGPF will ensure a thorough investigation in all of the relevant matters and that appropriate actions will be taken where necessary. But I want to also indicate that the RGPF was not spared in the spate of recent incidents, as the force was also rocked by the passing of one of its own.
Officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, Vanny Cohen, indicated that the RGPF is not in a position to determine the mental health condition of the deceased, Ravi Batiste, but what he can say is his behavior was somewhat abnormal, hence he had to be stripped. The procedures, he says, were done to minimize the possible risk.
I don't think we are in a position to determine that there was a mental health issue at that particular point. He was brought into the police station and there was some disorderly behavior conduct on his part. By behaving disorderly doesn't necessarily tell us that there are mental health issues. And stripping him of his clothes is normal police procedure. If you come into the police station and we believe for one reason or the other your behavior is not what we expect, for your safety and for our safety, that's part of what the law requires us to do. So to back up on what you have said, we did not inform mental health professionals because we did not know and did not believe that there was a mental health issue that presented itself, and that is why they were not informed.
Commissioner Martin says he is expecting a thorough analysis of what happened leading up to the death and discovery of Ravi Batiste.
But I will expect that once this report comes through, and not that we'll have to wait forever for this, that there should be a chronological accountability for the activities involving the deceased, from arrival to when the observation is made and up onto the point for when his body was removed from the station.
Guys, let me welcome, I don't know how welcoming it would be, but let's bring in now Miss Batiste. If I could get her in right now, the mother of the young man who lost his life so tragically. This is a sad story, I must say. Ms. Batiste, welcome to Ridealong. How are you doing today, ma'am? On these circumstances. Could you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
All right, stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by. You're having a little bit of an audio problem. Stand by. Yes, all right, okay. So I'm hearing you better right now. Yes, hold on one second, guys. We're having a little bit of a visual challenge. Let me just fix that up here. All right, Miss Batiste. Condolences to the family. And I know it's very hard, trying times that you're going through. I can't imagine what the family is going through right now in this very tough time for you guys. And I know it's hard to speak about this. So whenever you feel like you want to stop, whenever you feel like you want to take a break, let's do that and give you an opportunity to take a breath. Okay? I'm gonna just be quiet a little bit, and I'll put you on. I just want you to tell us about what you know about this case and what transpired on the day that your son were left. Well, before he left from your house, what happened on that particular day? What could you tell us? Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, so okay, hold on. Go ahead, Miss Batiste. What could you tell us about what transpired on that day?
Okay. The morning when I was here, he asked me for $5 and he left with a bag and tell me he going to work. And the morning when about after 7, the mechanic where the car was, the lady called me from there and tell me come there and he take out the battery in the car and he leave and he went. When about after 12, she called me back and told me he come and he take a hammer and he smash the front windscreen, the back windscreen, the side windscreen, and the light in the car. She going and call the police, and the police surrounded her house. Then she tell me them police hold him. The evening, I went by my sister in the store by Moses' house. When 5 o'clock she finished work, we normally going food land every afternoon. When we come out there, we was in the car park. She went in Subway and buy Subway. Then after my daughter called me about after 5 and asked me if the police call me. I told her no. She said, well, okay, they're gonna call you. I said, well, tell me what happened. She don't tell me. So I talked to my niece and I tell her call the police and ask them what happened. When she called the police, that is her friend. When she called him,
Yes.
when she called him, he told her my son hang in the cell. So from the time he tell her that he tell her don't let me move, keep me remaining there, they come in and collect me. When they come and pick me up about 20 past 6, when they come and pick me up, I told them I don't want to go in the police van because they kill my son. They tell me come. When I go in the van with them, with my sister, as we reach inside, as we reach, we was outside. As we coming out of the police van, they told me there is no photos is allowed. They take me and they bring me in another room, way down past the cell. When I go, they have me there more than quarter of an hour, just talking to me. I say I don't come here for that. I come to see my son. When when they see well I don't bother with them, they take me and they bring me inside. They raise up the sheet and I tell them, I say, I'll you kill him. I'll you don't kill him and I'll you showing me mouth, I'll you kill him. I say, I'll you don't he don't hang. I say, I'll choke him because his tongue is like when a baby sucking tongue and they pushing it out. I say, I'll choke him. And then they told me if I want a glove to put in my hand to examine the body, I tell them I don't have no need for that. The question when I asked them, they told me he was calm. He wasn't giving any trouble, nothing. But I was rather surprised when the news say that he was giving trouble. I was surprised when Mr. Cohen said he was giving trouble because them told me he wasn't giving any trouble. When I did ask them to show me where he was hanging and show me the boxes, they show me about 6 to 7 little pieces of string. Boss up, boss up, boss up. They tell me that is what he hang himself with. I say, how this could hang him? And they only ask me what undertaker are calling. That was it. They don't tell me that is the doctor that identify body. Nothing. That was it.
Yeah.
Today when I go,
Mhm.
when the Tuesday I went by Atway, when I go, they told me no photos. I can't take no photos. They called me this morning and told me they're doing the autopsy. And they told me, the doctor told me I cannot come in. I wouldn't be allowed. I can't be allowed to be around them to do the autopsy. But they want me to identify his body. He had a cut over his eye. He had a bruise on his shoulder and one on his leg. And I come out, and then after the police go inside with the doctor talk to the police. And up till this day, the doctor never tell me, look what happened to my son. It's the police that told me he died by strangulation.
Mom, I want you to go ahead with it before I even interrupt, because I know that it's difficult for you to speak about it, so I don't want to interrogate you on it, right?
Yeah.
But I have one quick question. Did they show you any pictures or anything that was taken of your son while he was hanging to show you where this is how they found him or anything like that? Did you get to see him when you got to the police station? You hear me? Did you hear me? Hello? Hold on, mom. I think your phone went on mute. 1 second, your phone went on mute. Try again. Are you there? All right, her phone went on mute. She's gonna come back. We're speaking here with the mom, guys, who had to go through this. Okay, she's back now with the audio. Hi, Mark, mom, you back?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get a chance? Did they show you any picture? You said that they took you into the
They
room.
never show me no photos. They never show me where he was hanging. They never show me no photos. Never. The police told me when the evening shift arrived, them going inside and make a check and they side body hanging. Today, the police told me by Atway is the next person that was inside the cell that saw him hanging. I tell them that is a lie. Because when we asked the fella what happened, he said he was sleeping, he don't know anything. So I don't know who lying, who's speaking the truth, I just don't know. But it's some kind of cover up business that we're going on.
Mom, could you talk to us about when you last saw your son? What kind of frame of mind he was in when he left the house?
My son, when my son left the house, he was in no frame my mind. The only thing, he was on the phone. I cannot tell you what he was saying on the phone. I cannot tell you. He only asked me for $5 and he told me he's going to work.
Yeah. Um, Mom, you know the autopsy. You mentioned the autopsy being done today, and we all were expecting to hear some information as to, you know, if it going to go, the family is going to get a private autopsy, or if it was going to be provided. How was the autopsy done? Did you
I
get a private autopsy? How was it conducted?
I cannot tell you. I don't get no private autopsy. It's the people in Atwest that called me and told me the doctor going to do the autopsy today. So when I go down, I was inside. They told me the doctor ain't come yet. I sit down. I was waiting, and when I wait, the police officers and them come, and the doctor called. He told me I have to come and identify the body. And they tell me I cannot stay inside. They don't allow anybody to see they do autopsy. And up till this day, I cannot tell no lies. I cannot tell nobody no lies. The doctor never explained nothing to me, so my son died, nothing. He tell the police, and the police only come and say, look what the doctor said. That was it.
What did the police come to you and say?
The police come to me and say, oh, look what the doctor said. I just can't remember the name. He said concerning the hanging. But the name he says is concerning he hanging himself. So I say, how you could say he hang himself and you can't show me a picture? As he say, when you go and you meet a man hanging in the cell, you have to release them. You can't leave them up. I say, so why are you don't show me the photos? How I come I don't see no photos?
Is it that they have photos that they won't show you, or that they just don't have any photos at all?
I cannot tell you that. If I tell you that, I gonna be lying. They never show me photos and I never see no photos. And I never meet him hanging. They only tell me I wouldn't meet him hanging. But from the time I see him, he don't mess himself, he don't pee, he don't pass no urine, he don't pass no stool. And his tongue have a bite on it. I don't know if
Did
you
you,
ever think his tongue bite.
Mom, again, anytime you're ready to take a break, just let me know, because I know it's tough for you going
No,
through.
I don't. I'm good at things.
You okay? You okay?
Yeah.
Did you see any bruises? Did you get a chance to see him first? And did you see?
He have a buzz over his eyes and on his shoulder and down by his foot.
Wow.
And he have a long, a deep cut underneath the neck.
Do you know? Do you know of, or know of, or if he had that cut prior to
No,
he?
he never. My son didn't have no cut. He didn't have no cut. He was in. The police apprehend him on Sunday. They apprehend him on Sunday. He come out in custody Tuesday. And when he come out, he said they well beat him. He can't even walk on his foot. Force they beat him on his foot.
When? What?
Them police they apprehend him Sunday before he go back and break the glass in the car Wednesday.
So before, Mom, this is news to us. So before he went in on that particular day, he had a previous altercation with police.
Not with no police. He had an altercation with a girl was here.
Right.
And they call the police and the police go with him. So when he come up, he say, look what them police doing. They well beat him.
Wow. Mom, the reports people are saying, especially at the police station, is that he he came in and he was, very active. They had to subdue him, and somehow they had to strip him.
Watch, let me tell you. What they're saying is just joke to me. Because them tell me personal in the room where they bring me. He was calm, he wasn't giving any trouble. So
Okay.
I
Go-
don't know who giving you that information, which police giving you, but I telling you what the police tell me is a woman police and two men. If I tell you another name, I will be lying. They told me he was calm, he come in there. So I say, why? So I say he was so calm. I say, so why are letting be checking, constantly checking? And they say the evening shift will go inside and meet him hanging. But today the CID police told me the person that went the cell that meet him hanging. So tell me,
Guys, again, we're speaking to Miss Batiste, and I, I'm at a loss for words with what transpired and the news and information that we're hearing here today, right? I'm sure the police have their version of it, but at least, at best, I should say, some of the information that is being released are being very contradictory, right? The mother is being fed some information. The press is being fed another set of information, and it's very contradictory. As one of the major questions that everyone is asking is, why was it necessary for them to strip him? What the commissioner and Mr. Cohen said was that because for his safety and the safety of others, right? The other big question that everyone is trying to grapple with, right, is a fruit of the loom boxer, right?
yeah, yeah, and a grapefruit at the loom boxers.
I
And
agree.
when I told the police I want to see what he hung himself with, is about 6 to 7 little pieces of boxers. They say that is what he stripped and they take the waist of the boxers and hang himself. So I say, how this could hang him? And it's not the whole boxer waist. So I say, how come he have this long cut underneath his neck?
Could they could they explain? Because fruit of the loom, I even look at my boxers, and again, the boxer looks stretchy, and the boxer can take a good 50 pounds. Try pulling it. So that is, I understand how it's contradictory, and the other thing that you're asking, ma'am, which is very valid, is when you came in there, why did they put you into a room and you didn't get an opportunity to even see anything? It's like they subdue you to one place without giving you an opportunity.
They had me in a room for more than quarter of an hour. I say, what are you bring me here for? I say, are you bring me to see me child? And they just have me in a room. They close the door and they just talking to me. To be honest, God in heaven, I don't even know what the people telling me because I want to concentrating on. I want to see me child because I look tell me, I look bring me to see him, and they have me in a room. What about the room? What the room is about? What they had me there for? Then after when they please themselves, they bring me in the room and show me in the cell and show me where he was hanging. And for the time I reach, I say, "Are you lie? Are you kill me, son?" I say, "I look choke him." I say, "I working with government 32 years now, and I go across I'm going and see when people hang themselves." I say, "You don't pass stool, you don't pass urine." Them police and them only could fool themselves. They can't fool me no more. And I don't need to hear them no more.
Mom, I feel your pain.
Every pig I eat Friday.
Are you planning, is the family planning to do an independent private autopsy to find out the real questions? Because you said that the police is who came to you and give you the results.
Yes, it's the police that give me the result. The doctor never give me no result today. I was by Artway and they never give me any result. The police only told me what the doctor said.
Yeah.
Oh, or nothing.
You know, they're right. Susan is saying here that, you know, there's so many questions, much more questions than answers. And I'm sure that Mr. Cohen and the RGPF would come on and answer some of these questions. And just the logics of it, guys. It's the logics of it. It's hard to understand. Again, I guess it's possible, but it's hard to understand a boxer, a foot of the loom boxer, right? Anything is possible, but it's difficult to just to get this one in, right? And the lack of evidence to show the family that this actually happened. So I guess the mother and everybody else should trust the word of mouth. And that's another thing. Why is there so many questions surrounding this particular case?
I don't want to call him, none of them saying they owe me. Come on TV running him out and they're doing people what they want to do them. God ain't sleeping. God ain't sleeping. God ain't sleeping.
All right, guys, I know you may have some questions. I see a lot of comments in the chat. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to call, and please be respectful if you call. And the number that you call in live is 718-701-5720. We're speaking here with a mom who had to get the reality shock, get the shock of her life when she found out that her son was
Hey!
died and he was in police custody. I'm also going to play this video again that we played earlier. That is what the police are their message on out there that they released in a press conference on the particular incident. Let's take a quick look at this clip again that was released by MTV Grenada.
Of Police Edwin Martin is reassuring the public and the family of Ravi Batiste that a thorough investigation will be launched into the death, and if needs be, the necessary action will be taken. The announcement was made earlier today during a special press conference facilitated by the Royal Grenada Police Force.
On Wednesday afternoon, we also had the very sad and unfortunate news of the death of Chevy Batiste, who was in police custody at the material time. I want to take the opportunity here to reassure the public that the RGPF will ensure a thorough investigation in all of the relevant matters and that appropriate actions will be taken where necessary. But I want to also indicate that the RGPF was not spared in the spate of recent incidents, as the force was also rocked by the passing of one of its own.
Officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, Vanny Cohen, indicated that the RGPF is not in a position to determine the mental health condition of the deceased, Ravi Batiste, but what he can say is his behavior was somewhat abnormal, hence he had to be stripped. The procedures, he says, were done to minimize the possible risk.
I don't think we are in a position to determine that there was a mental health issue at that particular point. He was brought into the police station and there was some disorderly behavior conduct on his part. By behaving disorderly doesn't necessarily tell us that there are mental health issues. And stripping him of his clothes is normal police procedure. If you come into the police station and we believe for one reason or the other your behavior is not what we expect, for your safety and for our safety, that's part of what the law requires us to do. So to back up on what you have said, we did not inform mental health professionals because we did not know and did not believe that there was a mental health issue that presented itself, and that is why they were not informed.
Commissioner Martin says he is expecting a thorough analysis of what happened leading up to the death and discovery of Ravi Batiste.
But I will expect that once this report comes through, and not that we'll have to wait forever for this, that there should be a chronological accountability for the activities involving the deceased, from arrival to when the observation is made and up onto the point for when his his body was removed from the station.
Guys, that was the RGPF response to what transpired. We have a caller on the line. Let's go to the call. Caller, you like where you calling us from?
I'm calling from home, Grenada.
Go ahead, caller.
You know, I think everybody gets speechless right now listening to Mom speak. And I think that that investigation they shouldn't be investigating that case. It should be maybe an independent investigation. Something is not adding up here, Junior. I don't know. We're more puzzled than ever. Something is not adding up. I mean, we're more puzzled than ever before. Just hearing that lady, it just...
Yeah.
All I could say right now.
Yeah, I'm certainly puzzled by what was said here today. It 717-015-7200, guys. This is a very serious matter. These are very serious allegations. These are very serious questions. Unfortunately, the parents, the family, the mother has not been given those answers. It hurts because I too have a son, and I could only imagine what or how or the things that would be going through my mind in a situation like this. What could have possibly happened? She would never get the answers to that. She would never know what actually happened. There would always be a cloud of suspicion. And whatever anybody could say right now, it's not going to bring him back. All right? Let's take this other call. Call, are you live?
Hey, Junior.
Hey.
I want the police to volunteer one of their own in doing a demonstration how that guy hung himself. Because what they're saying, it is just not adding up. Trust me, it is just not adding up. Because for one reason, at least the police are supposed to take pics of that guy when he hung himself. That's supposed to be evidence one for the police to display in the investigation, and whosoever is going to be doing the autopsy, because it is just not adding up. Thank you, Junior.
Yeah, thank you so much, caller. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from? The mom is also on the line, and we've sent out all our condolences. And we're also going to reach out in whatever way we can to help the family go through this very difficult time. So, caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Junior. Good evening to Mrs. Baptiste as well. I want to say, accept my sympathy on the passing of your son in such a tragic way. When he was nearly taken in for a minor infraction or something that was minor that ended up into something so major. I know, I feel your pain, and I want to sympathize with you at the same time. But somehow, I want to congratulate you as well too, that for having the strength to speak to the nation, for letting us know exactly what has transpired from the time they call you until today, when the autopsy has been done on your son, where you was not allowed, or a family member was not allowed to view it. There is a lot of suspicion, and I am happy that you didn't really call it out like that, but we get the picture. We can read between the lines. We can see what's going on. It's not people making assumption, and I'm sure a lot of person would have the answer, more than assumptions now in Grenada and the diaspora. This death is something what you call suicide by police. Remember, Junior, when the incident happened sometime early this year, last year, with the gentleman who was shot by the police,
right,
from the Molyneux area over there, and we had the psychologist on the program, and he was saying that was seemed like a death by police, or suicide by police. He more or less went into the police are smart people, and they're privy to the law. They know certain things, and they know exactly what to do in terms of cover up. And what I'm seeing, frankly, is basically a incident of cover up, and I do
Now him,
hope and
we go
pray
book him. Dr. Nova,
with the family of
the
the people
sergeant there.
dead that
The family charger.
the truth
So I'll go
comes
over
out,
and
that the commissioner would dig
family
deeper
charger.
and be a fearless person, knowing that he took an oath of office.
Yes.
The doctor would also be also fearless, doing the job without fear or favor, and coming forth and speaking the truth. That's the only way we will heal as a nation.
Yes.
Because right now I am
Right, book
a number of persons in Grenada are furious.
Yes.
They are furious. They are on edge. They are waiting. If in the morning we say, let's go to the police station and stand with our placards and let's start demonstrating and let's start making this thing go viral about what's going on, persons will be ready, because persons they doesn't want it to happen. And it's not a mere, a thing of saying people are hate, not hate against the police. What
Yes.
they're asking for is for fairness,
Yes.
and the police are there to serve and to protect and not to destroy families' life. And
Yeah.
in the U.S., we talk a lot about police arresting without pulling the gun, or without one shot being fired or one life being lost. And in this case, a shot was not fired, but a life
A
was
life was
lost.
lost. Yeah.
And that is very tragic for a small island developing state as
Yes.
Grenada.
Yeah.
And it says a lot. And I want to say to the Grenadian public, stay woke. Stay woke. This is not an incident we're going to be sweeping under the carpet.
Yes.
We have to let our voices be heard, and nobody should be sitting there and saying it's not your family. Today it could be the Baptiste family, tomorrow it could be your family.
Yeah.
So I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you and asking you to stay woke.
Yeah.
Because this is serious time, and too many incidents has been occurring under the belt of the RGPF.
Yes.
There's so much investigation. It makes you wonder
Yeah.
who to turn to in times like this, knowing
Yeah.
that we have a pandemic at hand, and now we have another pandemic, which is being police
And
brutality.
it's been happening. It happened.
Police,
It been happening a lot over the past couple of days, and that all of the cloud of suspicion. It don't make it look good on the behalf of the police either. But Carl, I got your point. I got to roll out.
Yes, thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much
Okay, thank you.
for sharing your
You're welcome.
ideas and thoughts here with us, Ms. Batiste. What's next? What does justice, even before what's next, what does justice look like for the family? What do you guys want to see happen from here?
I want some justice for my son, because them just can't telling me but he hang himself. I know better than that. And it's not like a real story they giving me. I was inside it, and it's different story they give him. They don't tell him the truth. Why they don't speak the truth? Eh? As we coming out of the police van, grab, no photos is allowed. Bring me straight to the cell where he hang himself. They bring me in a room, have me more than quarter of an hour just speaking to me. When they please themselves, they show me and they ask me what undertaker I calling. How you could be satisfied because you had a bottle of water over your head, a Coke bottle.
Have you been contacted recently by the commissioner or anybody else to give you further clarity on what happened, or any other information released today?
No. Today, when I was by Atway, I told I told the officer how I get in his phone, and he told me I have to sign a form.
Right.
I have to sign a form, and they have to go through the phone. When I was by
Let's take this other call here. And load on your background audio.
I told the officer.
Sorry. Yes. Good
Where you
evening.
calling us?
My
Where are you calling
condolences
us? Where are you calling us from?
to Grenada.
Where? Listen.
Yeah, my condolences to you, to the mom. Um, this is this. There's so many questions with this. With what happened. And I believe I heard you say that they asked you if you wanted the gloves to actually inspect your body.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be kidding me. That means you want a civilian to do the job of a doctor or someone, in the medical field.
Yeah.
I think that's very disrespectful, and it's incompetent. If someone has committed suicide, all these cuts and bruises and stuff that's on it in their neck, and it's not adding up.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, there's no photos being taken with,
Yeah, and
with
that's the question I want to find out. Is the fact that they don't have any photos, or is that they
or
don't want to show her any photos? Because
right.
I'm
That's
listening
what
to think that, I mean, they have to present evidence in court. I am thinking that, I mean, they did this, obviously they know about investigation. They would of course have to take some evidence.
this is 2021. This is the age of technology. If you're not taking photos of any whether it be a crime scene or whatever, that doesn't make sense.
I know. You cut off?
Yeah. No, I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
here. I'm here, mom. I'm here. Sorry.
yeah. So
Yeah.
again, I mean, this is sad. There's never gonna be trust between the community or the country where it comes to police doing
Yeah.
their job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
all
caller.
right,
Thank you so much
all
for
right,
your input. I appreciate
yeah.
it. We got another caller on the lines. Caller, you live? Where you calling us from? All right, caller hung up. Mom, I, I really don't want to keep you because I think if I keep you, I might start crying myself because I, I keep having flashbacks of this happening and what I would have done with so much uncertainties, how I would have taken it if you was a family member. It keeps coming back to me very personal. Um, I don't want to keep you any further, ma'am. Only to invite you to reach out for assistance if you need it at any point in time, financially or otherwise. Because we have a big community here who I know that we're willing to help and know that there is expenses and there will be expenses going forward. And there you go. You might have to bear the brunt of the expenses as well, which is very, very sad. So, ma'am, we were sorry. I send all our condolences to you and the rest of the family. Any last words you want to say? Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
Well, I would like to say thank you, Junior Judge, for having me live on your program. And once you need me, you could call me anytime. I have no problem.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
I appreciate you so much
No problem.
for sharing, coming on and talking about this. Thank you. We're gonna keep the live going, guys. Mom, thank you so much. I will keep
Okay.
in touch. Okay. We're gonna keep the live going and keep the lines open, guys. We got a live caller on the line. Caller live. Where you calling us from?
Hi, Junior. I'm calling from Grenada.
Hey, how you doing? Go right ahead, caller.
Good. Okay. So I have two questions,
Mm-hmm.
Junior. The first is on what did the victim tie the boxes on? So did he tie it on the bars of the cell? Did he tie it on something in the roof? Was it on the window, the door? Because if you're going to hang yourself, you have to hang yourself from something. You can't stand or sit and hang yourself and just tie a knot, right? You have to be hanging from something. And my other question is, the police officer or officers who found him hanging, did they take a picture? Which to me would confirm to me and the nation and the family would confirm that he was actually found hanging. Although he could have been murdered and then placed on to make it look as though he was hanging. So were there any pictures and what exactly did he hang himself from or on? Thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you, caller. That is, I mean, a lot of this I think could be answered. All this cloud of suspicion could be almost vanish away if the RGPF presented to the family some evidence to show, at least, right, that yeah, she's right. That's where he was found hanging. And as I said, after I heard about this case, I went and I took one of my Fruit of the Loom boxes, old one that I had there, and I don't know, man. I don't know. The thing looks stretchy to me, and it's possible. Again, nothing is impossible. It's very possible, but it just looks difficult. The thing look as if your boss, he can't take the tension, right? And probably have an old Fruit of the Looms. I don't know. But all that questions could be answered very, very easily if the family was presented with some kind of information. And they would have come here and say, the mom would have come here and say, well, we saw the pictures, and yes, he was hanging from XYZ place, and we saw it, and we have no question as to if he was found hanging or not. But the families were not presented with any kind of evidence to show. I'm not sure if there is any evidence, or if there is evidence and the evidence is not presented to the family. And if the evidence is not presented to the family, the question is, why are the evidence not presented to the family? At least you want to present it to the mother. That's her son, right? That is her son. If she want to come in there and take a picture of her son, she should be allowed to do that, right? I don't know if there is any other particular reason as to why they would not allow her to take a picture or allow her to see her son. The last place that he was, I don't know why that evidence, that information would be so critical. I don't know. So there goes the huge line of suspicion. And I feel it for the family. As man, I feel it for the family. I feel it for the family. Seriously. And what the mother said here today even made the whole allegations sound a little bit worse on the side of the police, because the information seems as if it's contradictory from what she was told to what was said out there in the media. Was he did he come in there, and were he did they have any evidence to say that they think or they believe that he would have been a threat, that's why they had to strip him? Or was it not? That is not clear either. We got a call on the line. Caller, where are you calling us from?
Hi, I'm calling from New York.
Go ahead, New York.
Junior, since the guy died in a government established organization, which is the RGPF, the police station, I want to know, what is the Minister of National Security saying about that? He has not made any declaration, he had made or any statement about this incident him to talk about. And the Minister of National Security in Grenada in this case is whom? Is it our Prime Minister?
Yes.
Yes. So he talked about everything else, but I have not heard him give any briefing on that. I think that's an important matter of national importance, and people are becoming frightened and not even frightened, but becoming very adamant of what's going on. I think he should make a statement on that. We're calling him to make a statement on that as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think that you're right.
And they should take part in the investigation. This whole thing should be done independently. So since he died as a government establishment, the state should form or do something with the investigation, and not the police. Thank you.
I agree. Thank you so much, caller. Taking the next call on the line. Call on WhatsApp. Caller, where are you calling us from?
Oh, hi, Junior.
Hi, how are you? You're live on air.
I'm okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm calling from England.
Okay, hi.
Actually, I'm from Grenada, but I'm living in England. So, concerning with the case, I'm sorry that the lady's son died, but apparently, when someone is taken into custody as a detainee or as a prisoner, the diary is in charge. So they have to take whatever the person come inside. So if they come with a belt, they will take the belt, whatever belongings they have, and then document it. And then if they have to change shift in the book, you have to write it in the diary. And if someone hang themselves, that's what they say, then they cannot just take up the person from the hand. CRO have to come in and take up pictures because that comes as a crime scene.
Yes. Yes.
That is a crime scene. I'm not telling you that because them say, because I used to be in the post, so I know what I'm saying. At something like that, CRO has to come in and take crime scene. So therefore, they have to preserve the crime scene. So therefore, people cannot go in.
Right.
Until CRO come and do what they have to do, take up pictures, and then they have to call the doctor or the person parent to identify the body. And with the autopsy, a person, they cannot tell her she cannot be allowed for the autopsy because she is the parent. So she has to be present to see what's going on with the autopsy. So them telling her that is very bad. So I wish that people could come together and do a GoFundMe so she could do an independent autopsy. And let's take it from there because this is not the first time someone died in police custody. First was the young guy that used to go to Harper Secondary School. I think that was 5 years ago. He died in CID. Then one died from St. David's. Come on, put one and one together, get two. You put A and B, you know, C next.
Right.
That is so fishy. We have to stand up and do something.
Yeah.
We can't just take it like that.
Here's a question, caller. Since you were, you understand how it works there with the diary, is it possible that they have pictures and they just don't want to reveal it to the family? And the then question would be, why would they not want to reveal pictures to the family?
Yeah, it all depends because if it's like it's an ongoing investigation. So if the person who is in charge of the investigation, they can relate to the family on how, like what they have, like give them up to date. They might come on straight and say, okay, we have A. So they could go around the bush, give them around the bush, but let them know what's going on, but don't be upfront with it. Or if the person has a lawyer, then all that makes sense. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, caller, for your input on this topic, and we appreciate you. Thank you. 717015720. It just got a little more technical here, guys. With the explanation that we should expect from the RGPF, some of the information that the family said here today sort of contradicted the information that was said. And one of the things it actually burdens more suspicious is that the autopsy was conducted today, right? The autopsy was conducted earlier today. The family, the mother was not able to witness the autopsy. She said she worked with government and she knew how that go. Her mom died a few years ago and she was witness to the autopsy. Why was that not done? And then when the autopsy was done, a police officer came to her and told her what was the result of the autopsy. So it was not an independent autopsy that was conducted. And I'm still questioning if it's too late for an independent autopsy to be conducted. But that again raises more questions, right? Why are there so many questions? I could understand if there are one inconsistency in this case here, but there are several, and it's glaring. It's glaring, the inconsistencies that we're hearing here. Again, we don't know if there was an altercation, and we don't know if something happened in there. We don't know, and because we don't know, there are many questions. So here's what we probably would have to do. And we did have plans to have a different style program tomorrow, right? But because what was said here today, I think it is necessary that we have some more clarity, right, from the RGPF on this particular matter here. Probably they learned some new information today. Probably they learned some new information today that they didn't know at the time that they made the report, right? The commissioner of police said that he's expecting a thorough, complete investigation from the time he came in to the time he was taken out. So probably new information will be gathered by the RGPF. But they spoke, they made certain claims, and the family is saying that those claims are inconsistent, a bit inconsistent to what she knew and what she seen and what was not done, and which it might be something that is a norm. Why are there so much inconsistencies? At the same time, guys, all of this talk and all of these things is not going to bring back the young man, right? We need to ensure that whatever is done don't get repeated, because just as how it was her son, it could be your brother or your family member next, right? So we all have to take it very seriously, and we have to get to the bottom of it so that everybody can learn from it. The RGPF can learn from this situation. Everybody can learn from this situation so we can move forward. But if a lack of clarity, there will always be ton and ton and ton and ton and ton of questions as there is right now, based on what was said here earlier today. We'll take a few more calls. 718-701-5720, that's my number. If you have a point to make on this topic right here, which I'm sure you do, I'm seeing a lot of comments there. I can't get to all of them, obviously. Okay, so Shida is saying they doubt that they will come. Yeah, I don't think that if we make the call to Mr. Vanny Cohen or Mr. Martin, if they're available tomorrow, that they would decline. Let's see. So I'll make the call and see if we could get someone on there, because they are, again, giving them the benefit. Well, I don't want to say giving them the benefit of the doubt, but I want to hear what they have to say. Let's hear what they have to say. All right. 718-701-5720, guys. We just got a chance to speak to the mom, Miss Batiste, who gave us a time lapse between what transpired from the time she heard the news of her son being allegedly hung himself, suicide, and everyone saying he had his issues, as a lot of people were saying, but he definitely wasn't a person that they know to be suicidal. She shared her story, what transpired, and some of the things that she mentioned here today went in far contrast to a lot of the things that was mentioned in the press briefing. All right. Tomorrow, as I said, guys, we are going to make a call to Mr. Vanny Cohen, and I know Mr. Vanny Cohen is an avid viewer of Ridealong Live, and that's his job, to monitor discussions that's happening. So I'm sure Mr. Vanny Cohen is probably watching. So Mr. Vanny Cohen, I'm going to be calling you shortly to see if you could have a conversation tomorrow. That would be greatly appreciated, to add a little more clarity onto what transpired on this particular day to this young man. All right, we're going to keep the phone lines open again just for a short while, guys. 718-701-5720. 718-701-5720. We'll continue to look at this issue. And again, with the family, I see someone calling and see if we could come together and help the family financially by doing some kind of GoFundMe. All of that is possible. I haven't taken that off some of the options of things that we could possibly do, because we do need to help the family. Again, we could sit here and talk for the rest of the evening, and all of these things that we could do and say and accuse, and it's not going to bring back her son. So that's something that she have to deal with immediately. And we're going to be reaching out and see how we could help, or whatever we could do to assist the family. At the same time, I think right now, I would advise, and probably they have a lawyer that would advise the same thing, or probably they should have done it before, an independent autopsy. And also, let me also appeal to the RGPF. I don't know if they're thinking about it at this point in time, but it's something that certainly should be entertained as an idea. An independent investigative body to investigate this case. Because if it so happened that this is the fact and it comes out, and that is the fact. There are so many suspicion. There are so many suspicion already. People could almost anticipate what the final verdict would be because it just looks so fishy already. So if they want to be vindicated in this particular case right here, let there be an independent investigator to investigate the matter and clear the police officer or clear the RGPF. But if the RGPF investigate this case on themselves, it would always and forever be a huge margin of suspicion over this particular case. And that's how it would be. And it wouldn't change. So we're calling, and there's nothing to lose with having an independent investigation. It would vindicate the police if it is cleared by an independent investigation. So the thing needs to happen right now. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stay on for 2 more minutes and open the phone line if anybody want to call in. And let me know what you guys think about this, right? Having an independent investigative body proceed with this case from here on. The police have nothing to lose in this case. Nobody have nothing to lose. Everybody would be cleared because it would be an independent investigative body. Caller, you live, where you calling us from?
Yeah, this is me again.
Yeah.
Grenada.
Yes.
So, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. If there was an investigation parallel to the initial investigation, but after, if let's say evidence has been tampered with already, if there's a cover-up, right?
You're right.
How can what can an independent investigation uncover once they have already tampered with evidence and everything else? If that's the case,
right?
Do you understand?
Yeah. So you're saying that the crime scene is already messy.
It's already messy. I mean,
and the investigation that would be brought forth to the independent investigator would already be investigation that probably might be possibly allegedly tampered with and not properly investigated. So I understand what you're saying.
You'll just find what they want you to find. You understand? If that's the case.
Yeah.
So I mean.
But at least, I mean, and you're right. It should have been something that should be thought of initially. They had an autopsy today, and the autopsy today, the results of the autopsy was told by a police officer. So the doctor told the police officer, and the police officer came and told her. It was no independence in terms of the autopsy. There was no independent autopsy being done, and. Is it okay to do a second autopsy that is independent? I don't know.
You know, in Grenada, that's usually what always happens. People just end up wasting their money to do an independent autopsy because you're not going to find anything most of the time that's conclusive to what should have been there. I mean, once you interfere with evidence in the initial state, it's what are you gonna find?
Yeah, it's already tampered with. I understand, and hence the reason why when you have any kind of crime scene, they cordon off the whole area. You can't even walk on the crime scene.
Right.
They take a lot of pictures in every angle, and yeah, they take a lot of pictures in every angle and ensure that these pictures serve as exhibits. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if the question is that the pictures exist. All right. Allergies. So thank you, caller. We appreciate you. We got another caller on the line before we wrap up. But thanks again. I appreciate you. All right, caller, you live. Go right ahead. Call on the line.
Good evening, Junior, and members of the Ridealong thing. The police in Grenada, they used to be nice police before. I think hence the reason why they don't even walk with a gun. Most of them, all they have is a notepad and a pen. But they play too much and they don't take nothing serious. like you go to the police station and you file a report, that goes in the bottom of something else because they feel it's not important. They don't follow up on that. If somebody is in the cell and they says, "Oh, I want to go to the bathroom, I want to pee," and what else? Say, pee in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to make a doodle or poop, 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 poop in there.
Right.
That's how they react, and they say, "Oh, it's you again." Like somebody have a tendency to be inside there maybe 3 times, 4 times, whatever. They look at you like common criminal. You always here, so they don't care. You know, if somebody should say, "If you don't get me out of here or give me some food or whatever, I'm gonna hang myself," their reply going to be, "Well, hang yourself." You understand me? Nothing to them is serious. They don't take nothing serious. Everything is a joke, and they make fun of the prisoners that they have in their custody. Things like that. It's happened in the past. It happened now, and if they don't put a stop to it, it's going to continue happening. And they are the one responsible because that young man was in their custody.
Yes.
They're supposed to give the family the full report of what happened when he came here, what happened this, what happened that, what happened the other. They have to give, especially the mother, that's her son, they have to give her every piece of report of that thing. And this doctor talking to the police and the police coming and talk to her, that's backward. The doctor speaks to the mother, or the mother and the police together, and the doctor says he's finding. You can't tell this person to tell that person. The police could also misinterpret something or leave out something in which the doctor said.
Yeah.
And tell the mother what she wants to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
Thank you very much, Junior.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, caller. We appreciate you. Let's take this call right here. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from?
Hi, Junior. How are you? Grenada.
Yeah, go right ahead, caller.
Yeah, I'd just like to say, I've been listening for a period of time. I could remember some time when somebody mentioned that there will be nothing within that after the doctor come out there. But I could remember once we had a body here, and they buried that person, and they didn't satisfy, and they sent for a doctor from some part overseas. And come back, they dug up this person, they dig up this person, and there was result out of this case. I wouldn't want to call any name because the guy did his jail and I think he's outside right now. Yes.
So they exhumed the body, and do the autopsy again.
Yes, and there was result out of it from the private doctor. You understand me?
Right.
So it could happen. This little child, this young man that died, I could tell you that child was around me for about 8 to 9 years, 10 years. That child was around me, and that child was such a humble little boy. I mean, he grew up afterwards and become what he become, but I don't think he deserved to die that way.
Nobody deserved to die that way. Nobody.
He didn't deserve to die that way at all.
Nobody deserved to die that way.
So I will encourage the mother to get a private doctor from the outside and do what they have to do, because Brother Junior, I see that happen already. In my workplace, I see it happen already, and my prisoners themselves hanging themselves. I see it happen. They hang themselves, but everything through the channel went on. Don't tell me that the mother come to see the child wasn't on the ground. Don't tell me the mother come to see the child. You have the child locked up in a cell still, and the mother in a room for herself and try to beat the mother around. Who they could tell that? They can't tell me that. I've been in that system long enough. Please, you take this out of it.
Yeah. Thank you, caller.
Take that out of it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Let it try something else. And you will come and tell me, doctor, go to do autopsy, and he pass message to police. Where is the mother? Tell me, where is the mother?
Yeah.
Where is the mother? The mother have, she at the back, so the police have to come and bring message to the mother. Where we learn that? Is this a new one now?
Yeah.
That's a new way to go by people with people life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen,
She need to vouch herself with that.
we're gonna
Please, if
stay
she
on the
does in a
space.
country,
Go ahead, go ahead.
she need to get somebody on the outside. If she need help, as you said, she need to call because people up there is willing to help her. Go out and get the help. Don't put your child under the ground just like that, like some little pig. He's not a pig, he's a human being. I tell you, he grew up in my hand, that child grew up around me for about 8 to 9 years, 10 years. And that child was a real humble child up to this day. I mean, he might have his ups and downs after growing up to this age. He might have his hills up and down. And he was in the hands of the police more than once. So, as the lady said a while ago, they don't care. They don't care. If they care, that won't happen. If the diary is right there, the cell is right there, something taking place right there, you will come and tell me. You will come and tell me that the diary is not here nothing? Huh? You will tell me that the diary didn't hear anything?
Well, listen, caller, they say Grenada smaller, and I'm optimistic that somebody saw something. Somebody
must see
something, and they'll be very hard pressed to find someone who would not leak some information, which we are getting little leaks here and there already. It will just take us a matter of confirming the information, but a lot of people would see some certain things and will come out. Even police would come out and speak on this. So just give it some time. We'll get answers in due course.
If the young man hang himself, and you have to cut the young man to put him down, you're going to cut one end of the rope, and you're going to cut the next end in his neck. Where is the length of the rope from his neck to where he hung himself? Where is the rest? She gets it. What she says, she got it in pieces. She saw it in pieces. What does that mean? What does that mean? Junior, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller. Somebody called in and they said that they would have believed a story if they said that the man take his boxers and swallowed it and choke on it and died that way than hang himself with a boxer. Okay. Alright guys, we're going to leave it right here. But we are going to try and request a sit down with Mr. Cohen tomorrow. I'm not sure, I can't promise because I haven't spoken to him as yet. I don't know his schedule. But I'm gonna make the call because there are a million questions. And Mr. Cohen is not one to run away from questions. And he's not one to run away from being in the hot seat. So hopefully we could make that arrangement tomorrow if he has the time. And I'm sure Mr. Cohen is watching the program. So Mr. Cohen, your phone is going to ring in a little while. I'll be calling you. And let's see if we can make this happen. Guys, thanks for watching. We're going to keep monitoring this story right here. It got a little bit worse because of what the mom said here today. A lot of people planning on, you see, a lot of people are already reaching out. Yeah. Okay, Pedro Dabo, I'll call you. All right. A lot of people are already reaching out to help the mom, and we will pass that message on and continue to monitor the story, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of our program. Before we go, I gotta tell everybody this now. In a few weeks, we're gonna move all of our programming over to YouTube, right? So here's what I want you guys to do for me right now. Go over to, there's a link. We're going to paste the link right there. I want you guys to like or subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube, guys. All our Ride Along program will be over on YouTube. Also, our website, our brand new website, which is riderslive.com. You can watch 24 hours of Ride Along at riderslive.com. riderslive.com. In fact, there are people over there right now watching Riders Live. So if you miss us, or whenever you miss us here on Facebook, we will be on YouTube. But to get notification, we want you to go over there and subscribe to us on YouTube. If Lois JJ or somebody could just paste that information there for me, our YouTube information, we'll be happy to have you guys join us over on YouTube. Let's take a last call before we wrap up. Final call. This is the final call for the night. This is the last caller. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from? You're the last caller for the night.
I'm calling from Canada.
Go ahead, Canada.
I'm just calling to say that the mom should sue the doctor and sue the police and sue the prime minister because he's the one that has the country like that, and the police in Grenada is not serious about anything. So she should sue each and every one of them.
Okay. All right, caller. Thank you for your input. All right. All right. Again, guys, let's wrap up here. As I was saying, we want everybody to click that link and subscribe to us on YouTube. Starting in a few weeks, Ridealong will no longer be on Facebook, guys. We're saying goodbye to Facebook. We're going to be on YouTube, right? We're going to be on YouTube. So we want everyone to click that link and subscribe to us on YouTube. And also we want you to click that bell so you'll get notification whenever we go live on YouTube. You'll also be able to watch us live via our website, which is Riders Live, RYDERS live.com. Let's go there. You could go there right now. The program is live on Riders Live right now. You can go and check it out. riderslive.com. So subscribe to us on YouTube and then go to Riders Live or go to riderslive.com. Riderslive.com, you get 24 hours of programming, 24 hours of ride along every day, all day, ride along after ride along. If you miss a show, you can get it over there. Riders Live. Take a look at our brand new website. See it right there. That's the brand new website where we're broadcasting over there right now.
You'll also be able to watch us.
See, that's the website, the brand new website. You could watch the program live on there. See, broadcasting live on riderslive.com. That's it for me, guys. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making it all possible. Ciao. Bye-bye.
David Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-38.
Let me see you put your hands in the air right now and push them up and up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. Everybody hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. The press go flatten for this. Set in this spot, all we know. The place will tear up for this. Set in this spot, all we know. Mash up is what all we know. Boom, anywhere, any venue, anywhere, all we go. Boom, hands up like fitness. Show the world, make everybody witness. On the road with a band that big. All night, hey, 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 all night. We doing it. All night, hey, 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 all night. We doing it. All night, I 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 doing it. I'm getting on bad, and this whole night I'm doing it. Making a bacchanal, and this whole night I'm doing it. I'm behaving rude, and this whole night I'm doing it. In a fitting mood, and this whole night I drink till I drunk. So what? So what? If I drink and drunk, whining on a hump. So what? So what? If I whine on a hump, I don't have no curfew. I say I'm
feeling hungry, grab a snack. Caribbean food delight. Jamaican patties, light and flaky. Caribbean food delight. Taste the difference. Caribbean food delight. Grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight. Quick and easy, grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight.
oh yeah.
Welcome to TD Bank, where you'll find the personalized attention you deserve and the legendary experience you expect. Let's do business. If you are a medical or dental practitioner, contact me to hear about our tailored lending solutions for residential mortgages, equipment purchases, practice-related commercial mortgages and refinance. Visit me at 500 Baychester Avenue to hear more about our full range of personal and small business banking solutions. See you soon.